Well, before I got in the business, I was still working. I actually was going to start a side business. I had traveled a lot, and I was trying to find something that I could start, have somebody else run it, while I continued to work until it was up and going, and then I was going to quit my job. And it didn't quite play out that way. I ended up my company got bought and I got downsized, so I started the business myself then. So I did a Google search actually of what good businesses were for people if they wanted to start a business, and medical billing came up. No, before I got into this business I had none at all. I didn't even know anything about billing. I learned it all since I got into the business. Actually, yes, I did. I actually had looked at a couple other companies, and then I was speaking to my mom, and she told me that a friend of hers in Florida, who has a son that was a doctor, had just bought ABS's system, and that they really liked it, and that if I was getting in the business, that I might want to look at that one. So I did, and found that I liked ABS much better. And it really prepared us to how to go out and get our clients and how to get started, and it got us excited, and we learned that this system was easy to use, and so then when we came back we were able to just jump in. First thing we did, actually on the flight back, my daughter and I talked about what was going to be our game plan, and what we decided to do is I put together a letter that was an introductory of who I was and what I was doing, and then I put in there some of the marketing materials that ABS provided, and sent that out, made a list of every person I knew, my husband knew, my daughter knew, and we sent those letters out. Probably sent out about 200 letters, and my first hit came from one of those letters. Ironically, I had sent the letter even to my own mother. I sent a letter because I figured that she'd have the marketing material and knew I was really serious about doing this business. And she was talking to a friend of hers who had a daughter who was a doctor and had problems, and so that was my first client. And it was the doctor was out in Missouri, so it wasn't even here locally, and hadn't met them, just talked to them on the phone, and they gave me a shot because I was new and they needed help, and figured I'd work hard for them because I'd want to make my mark. So it was great. She's a general GP that just has specialized in geriatrics and visits patients in nursing homes. Well, we went to training in August, and she signed a contract the day after Labor Day, so that would be about 4 weeks it took me to get my first client. Because I had those letters written out in the mail by Wednesday when I got back from training. I think I got back on a Friday night or something like that, and I had them out by the next week, and people were receiving them. So yeah, I didn't waste any time. The next one, I signed up in October, and that also stemmed from that letter. Just took this person a little longer. They had the letter, and they had to wait till they talked to somebody that needed help with billing. So my second client was in October, and then my third client came in January. And then I did not go out and seek any more clients for a little while because I'm a new business, 3 clients, that was a lot. I was doing it out of my home. I didn't have an office. I wanted to make sure I really knew what I was doing before I went out and got any more clients, because it got a little overwhelming. Just at first, a lot of things going on, and when you're doing it all yourself. I sent out another group of letters, and also I made some calls to some of my people that I knew to see if they said, like, I'm ready now to have some more clients. And then all of my clients that I have to this point have been either a referral or a hit on my website. Well, I signed up in the spring of like 8 months after I got into the business. I signed up 3 more clients, and it just got too much. My house isn't that big. I wanted more space. I needed some help. My daughter and I talked about if I wanted to have independent contractors or if we wanted to go the employee route, and Actually, two of the clients that I got because they knew we were going to do it and supervise it. That they had outsourced it to people that had independent contractors, and they really liked the idea that we had control of it. So that really was where we decided to bite the bullet and actually have employees. And I didn't really want employees coming into my home, so we went out and got our first office. We got it in July, so we were 11 months old at the time. Our first office was 1,000 square feet, and we started off, it was too big for us, but we grew into it within a few months, and we were there for 3 years. When we first started, it was just like 3 of us, and then we progressed and we were up to like 6 when we left. We just moved into this present office 2 months ago, and we've almost tripled our space. Have to count. I think we have nine employees. I just hired one today, actually, so I think we're up to 10 now. I have 4 full-time people, and the rest are part-time. I have 19 clients right now. So working on my 20th right now. Right now, if we could grow, and then by the end of the year with 2 nice clients, and then maybe 1 client a quarter next year, I'd be happy. Well, when I got into this business, I really needed a lot of support because I was afraid to do anything because I wasn't sure. I was newbie and needed a lot of support, and I would call or email support probably way over the top because I'm one of those people, I want to know everything before I go out, and they always answered me. They always got back to me. And even now, occasionally I still need to call and get support, and they're very good. They get back quite fast. I love the fact that we even had your number, Patrick. You said we could call you, and I have called you a few times to see if you could help in any situation. So I can't say enough about the support. It has always been good.
And you actually have the certificate that we gave you. I see right over there on the table.
Oh yes, I'm very proud of that certificate.
Yeah, that was back in, when was that? What year?
2000, let's see what it says, 2007. August 10th.
2007.
August 10th, 2007.
There you go.
Yep. Still going at it. I have probably enough for another 4 or 5 people before I have to get new space. And especially now that I'm going to use iDocs now, I'll even have a whole new office because I won't have all those file cabinets. So that's a very exciting thing. Because of some of my referral sources, my client base is pretty varied. I found a little niche. I do a lot of durable medical equipment companies. I have some pharmacies that I do billing for, podiatrists, and also psychologists. Some of my best people here have no background at all in billing. They've come in and I've taught them what they need to know to do that particular billing. So we do it, usually takes about 3 days for them to be able to be billing on their own. That's an interesting question because when we first started, I was working pretty much 40 hours a week, but not just doing the billing. I was out marketing, writing letters, calling places, trying to get things going. The actual billing didn't take that long. Maybe 20 hours a week I was actually doing billing and postings and payments and such in the beginning because I didn't have many clients. Then that's one of the reasons why I got an office is I didn't want to sit and do all the billing anymore. I would rather be out seeing people than doing the marketing. So that's when I started hiring people to do it for me. Today, 4 years later, I still do a little bit of billing only because I want to keep my fingers in it. So if the girls say, hey, this is happening, I've done it and I can it's fresh. But generally I don't do any of the billing, I don't do any of the postings, anything like that. Now I have people that do it for me. My clients, it's very interesting. I'm from Ohio, outside of Toledo, and I only have 2 local companies that are my clients. The rest of them are all in other states. I have them as far as Nevada, Tennessee, Missouri, Michigan, Illinois. They're vast. I get my referrals because you never know where people are going to talk. So I'm just in the process of signing up a new client, and that is a local company, but it's actually from a referral source. It's from the gal that does my hair, and that was one of her clients saying they had problems. She goes, hey, I know somebody, and so I just got a new client. So I now will have 3 local clients, but most of them are all out of state. This business has changed my life a lot. This job has actually let me stay home. Now it's more a hindrance when I have to travel than it is, before I just dreaded it. Now it's more of a pleasure because when I go, I'm not going every week. So I get to stay home, enjoy my family, and know what it's like to be able to go to things instead of missing it all the time because I'm out of town through the week. So for me, it has helped a lot. When I started the business, I had just been downsized out of my company, so obviously my income was gone. So I've been able to, over the last few years, be able to replace that income, so which is good, very good. I've been asked the question many times, like, what is the one thing that you would advise somebody if they got into this business? And the one thing I say is, don't hesitate, do it quickly, because you can make good money. It's a great business. We all like to help each other. I mean, it's a network of people. I have licensees that call me now for, asking questions. I've had to call one about one of my clients I didn't know about, so which is nice. It's a network. We don't have to worry about competition because there's a lot of people out there that need billing, and so if you do a good job, you're not going to lose your client. I'd like to talk a little bit about how I feel about how ABS has helped me be in the business that I'm in today. And I can honestly say their encouragement, I know right from the very beginning, just the connection. Everybody at ABS, it seems like more of a family. When you become a licensee, it seems like you're part of the family. I had Patrick call me a number of times in the beginning just to see how I was doing, if I needed any help, not to hesitate to call. Support would email me and ask if I needed anything, which is very, very nice. The biggest thing is because you need that encouragement. It's a new form of business. You're scared. You don't know if you're doing the right thing. And to know that they're always a phone call away. And believe me, I called them a lot, I emailed them a lot, and usually I wanted the answers yesterday because that's just my personality. If I have a question, I need it answered today, and they were very quick to get those answers back. So I couldn't have been happier and with ABS and helping us get started. To this day, they still continue to help.
That was pretty painless, wasn't it?
It was painless.